Peter John Ross talks to writers and cast from the web series Aidan 5.
Shut down that train now. I repeat, shut down that train now.
Already on it. Be there in 5.
What the hell's he doing? Aidan, disengage now! We've got civilians on that train. There's officers at the next station.
Going down.
He shut off the controls. I'm moving in for another pass.
How did you become involved in the original Aidan 5?
I had worked a few years before that with Tim Baldwin on a project. But so he calls me up and says, hey, we're going to do this 48-hour film festival.
So how did you get the call for the 48-hour film?
Johnny, I grew up with John Jackson, and we had collaborated back from the 80s. And so he called me and said, hey, dude, I'm going to do this thing. And I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And so he called and said, well, you're going to do it with me, right? And I was like, well, I got to shoot next week. I don't want to spend all weekend in a studio somewhere. He's like, well, you got to do it. You got to show up because you're my lead.
Talking about shooting on green screen, I mean, how challenging was that for you as an actor? I mean, did you find it to be more like, since you've got a theater background, did you find it to be more like theater acting and that it's all in your head?
You know, I think I expected that, but it was totally different. I mean, I'd worked on the green screen with some commercials and industrials that I had done, but never to this extent. I mean, we were there hours and how many hours were we on the green screen?
All of your sets were green then.
Yes, yes. And actually one of the challenging things that I hadn't anticipated is that you don't realize as an actor how much you rely on your surroundings until they're not there. It's like you want to, lean on a door frame. Mm-hmm. Or you want to know if you're in, a rusted out, building, or if you're in a beautiful marble hallway and you don't know.
So how did you get involved with Aidan 5?
Well, but Johnny originally asked me to be part of the 48-hour project, and I instead went on vacation. And then, so when this thing had its great success, I felt like a total chump. And then these guys got involved. They started to develop the series. They came up with a bunch of ideas, and then I got a phone call that said, hey, we want to bring you in as one of the writers. They basically said, all right, this is kind of, we have a general story arc. This is what we want to do for certain episodes, but we have some blank spots here. And so we all kind of went away, came back with a bunch of ideas. They created the whole story structure, but there's a lot of the smaller details, and then
kind of like the way a TV series functions.
Right, and then what they did was that they started assigning episodes to the different writers.
And things always change on set, too.
Yeah, they changed a lot on set, yeah.
So as a writer, were you on set a lot when they were shooting principal photography?
Yes. Yeah, I was on set, and then anytime Bryan had problems with dialogue, he would come up to me, and I would help him rewrite the dialogue to his satisfaction.
For other filmmakers and people that are out there that are doing this in their basement or doing it in their backyard, to see that we didn't go that far out of the backyard to make this, and a lot of what makes Aidan 5 possible is a combination of the digital technology, but also Ben Brown's illustrations and the animation, and those are all hand-drawn pieces and things like that, and some of those hand-drawn textures got mapped onto three-dimensional models and other things to make that come alive. So with just the physical acting of it, standing on your feet in a concrete, green screen for 15 hours at a pop, it really is hardcore people just sitting down and practicing their craft and doing it well. But the digital technology helps to marry all that stuff and to put into a product that's hopefully entertaining to watch and inspiring to people to say, well, what can I do? Because this opens up a whole nother possibility of creating any world you want on your desktop, on your computer.
Thanks for watching Framelines. If you'd like to know more about the show, check us out online at framelines.tv.
Framelines is brought to you in part by Backyard HD, Tape Central, Production Partners Media, and grants from the Greater Columbus Arts Council.